was the blood applied. Glory to his name.
In Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are stilled, when striving cease. My comforter, my all in all, here in the love of Christ I stand. In Christ alone, who took on flesh, fullness of God in helpless babe, this gift of love and righteousness, scorned by the ones he came to save, till on that cross as Jesus died, the wrath of God was satisfied. For every sin on him was laid. Here in the death of Christ I live. There in the ground his body lay, light of the world by darkness laid. Then bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again. He stands in victory, since curse has lost its grip on me. For I am his, and he is mine, bought with the precious blood of Christ. The solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. No power of hell, no scheme of man.
Well, good evening. My name is Austin Clark, and I am the worship and missions pastor here at Seymour First Baptist. We're so glad to have each and every one of you with us tonight for our children's musical, Everyday Heroes. And I know that you are looking forward to a great time. These kids have been working for a really long time on this, and we are excited about what's going to be able to happen tonight. Just a few points of interest before we begin. If everybody will do me a favor, go ahead and find that little cell phone you've got and pull it out and put it on silent. If you think to yourself, I don't need to do that because it's on silent, you're wrong. It'll be you that it starts ringing. So everybody go ahead and do that for me. I'd really appreciate it. Also, want to make you aware, we are recording this tonight, and if you want a copy of that recording, you can contact the church office this week and get a hold of that. It is also going to be streaming. It should be streaming right now on Facebook, but as long as Mark Zuckerberg isn't listening to this, it is a much better quality if you watch it on YouTube than on Facebook. So you can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/ I think it's SFBC, or you can just, in your YouTube search bar, you can search for Seymour First Baptist Church Media, and under the live section, it'll be right there. You can go back this week and be able to watch it there as well. So again, our YouTube page, and then check out where it says live, and it'll be right there labeled Children's Musical. So if you're trying to send it to a family member or whatever, you can pull that up and share it to them and tell them to check out this cool bald guy that's talking right now. Also, if you need to use the restroom, I'd encourage you to, if you go back to the foyer, our men's restroom is on this side and our ladies' restroom is on that side. If you are a guest with us, we want to say a special welcome to you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. If you don't have a church home, we'd love to have you come join us for worship on Sunday mornings at 10:15. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as cool as what you're about to experience every Sunday, but we would still love to have you worship with us on Sundays at 10:15. Last but not least, we will say something again later, but we so appreciate our kids and the hard work that they have put forward. We appreciate them learning what it means to be an everyday hero, learning how to sing praises to the Lord. But we also extremely, extremely appreciate Miss Jill Sparks and all of her hard work, and Miss Pat Webb as they have led them. So I told all the kids when they get done with the musical tonight to make sure they run up and jump on her and give her a hug. I'll encourage you to do the same thing if you enjoyed tonight. She's right here. She's in a tie-dye shirt. Get a running start, and then give her money for the chiropractic visit she's going to have to make tomorrow. Let me say a prayer for you, and then we will begin. Miss Jill's got a couple things to say after my prayer, and then we'll begin tonight. Dear Lord, I thank you for today. I thank you for just the opportunity to sing your praises. Lord, I thank you for each of these lives of these children. I pray that you will put a hedge of protection around them, not just as they perform right now and as they lead in worship, but as they go into their schools and as they walk their way through this life. Lord, let them live the truths that they have been learning through song these past few months. Lord, I pray that you would just help us all as we are entertained tonight and as we worship. Lord, I pray that we just fix our eyes on you, and we recognize that all of this is for your glory. And Lord, as we walk out of this place and walk into the mess that can be our lives from time to time, Lord, I pray that we would just trust you with every little thing we have, with every little woe, with every little ache, with every emotional turmoil we have, that we just lay those at your feet and learn to love you more each and every day. We thank you for this opportunity and ask your hedge of protection around this time. In your name, amen.
Please do not attack me after the musical. Please. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And if you will bear with me, there's a few people I want to thank because this just doesn't happen. Jeff Sebastian, Tom Riddle, and Austin, thank you for helping make this stage come to life because I know that I kind of gave them a hard time. They did great. Thank you. To Lynn Coiner, he is an amazing artist, and he painted all of this. I gave him a picture, and he made this happen. So thank you so much. I love and adore you. To Miss Pat Webb, she took on the gargantuan challenge of making the costumes that you're going to see tonight. So tell her she did a great job. And yes, do you love the tie-dye t-shirts? Christy Smothers, we love you. These are awesome. Thank you so much. To the guys and gals in the soundboard, thank you for coming and doing a crazy dress rehearsal on Monday night. It was crazy and chaotic, but hello, have you met the kids? So thank you, thank you, thank you. To the parents, thank you for your continued support and dedication and bringing your kids each week and letting me spend time with them. You have amazing kids. I want you to know that. And a couple of pieces of housekeeping. We're going to leave the kids on stage for about 4 or 5 minutes after the last song. If you want to come and take pictures, it's usually like a little Japanese tourist group down here. So come take your pictures. Then I'm going to release the Kraken. So come and do that. Choir is not done. We have 2 more weeks. So please, please, please make sure they come. We've got to learn a song to sing with the adult choir on the 14th, and we haven't started it yet. So please bring them next week. Yeah, we haven't started it, Pat. And to my backstage heroes that you can't see back there, Abby Terry and Samuel Gray, they're going to be back there making sure the kiddos have their costumes and props, and it's quite a task. So thank you, guys. And last but certainly not least, I love you guys. I'm very proud of them. They've worked very hard. Hey, are you guys ready to get this party started? All right, I guess you heard that. So stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, Young Musicians presents for your listening pleasure, Everyday Heroes.
Hey, you two, how was school? Hey, you two, how was school?
It was great. Today was field day. And the principal was in the dunking booth. It was so funny.
Well, I've had a great day too. I've got a surprise for you. I bought you a brand new music video game.
Thanks, G. Cool, thanks, G. Let's rock. Hand me the disc and I'll get it set up.
It says on the box it's got rockin' music, and it tells the stories behind the songs. Amazing stories of real heroes. Come on, guys, grab those guitars.
Look, you can create your own character. Let me make mine.
Oh, I like that. Cute hair.
My turn.
Very cool. Nice shirt.
Now we have to pick a hero. How about Gideon? Okay.
The year is 1190 BC. God's chosen people, the Israelites, had been living in the Promised Land for 300 years. But they turned away from God and worshipped idols. So for 7 years, the Lord allowed the Midianites to attack them. Whenever the Israelites tried to grow crops, the Midianites would destroy the fields, leaving them nothing to eat. The Israelites hid from the Midianites in the mountains and caves. They were scared, poor, and hungry. At last, they called out to the Lord for help. God heard their cries and called a hero into action.
Dude, what's the line for? To sign up to go with Gideon. Oh, are you gonna hand out Bibles or something? What? You aren't from around here, are you? More than 30,000 of us are signing up to fight against the Midianites.
Oh, there you are. I'm Evie, the rally coordinator. I've been looking everywhere for you. You're the musician for the Victory Rally, right?
Yeah.
Here's your stage pass. You can set up right over there.
Evie, catch us up. What's this all about, and what does Gideon have to do with it?
Well, here's the story. Gideon was threshing some wheat in a wine press when the Lord himself appeared and said to him, I am with you, mighty warrior. Go and save the Israelites from the Midianites.
So Gideon's a famous warrior or something?
Oh no, he's just an ordinary guy. The youngest son from a very ordinary family.
So what would make God choose him to lead the Israelites in battle? Wait. So what would make God choose him to lead the Israelites in battle?
I don't know. God made him. I guess he knew Gideon was the right man for the job.
Well, what did Gideon say when God told him to fight the Midianites?
He basically said, are you sure you got the right guy? Me, a mighty warrior? But God said, I am with you. You'll defeat them like you're fighting only one man.
That would freak me out.
Yeah, I imagine it freaked Gideon out too. In fact, he asked God for a sign that it was really God speaking to him.
I don't blame him. I would want a sign too. I would be saying, you gotta be kidding. I can't do that. So did God give him a sign?
Yeah, he did. Gideon brought the Lord an offering of food and sat it on a plate. The Lord touched it with a staff that was in his hands, and flames came out of the rock. The food burnt completely up. Then the Lord vanished.
Awesome.
We see short,
God sees tall.
we see weak,
God sees strong.
we see can't.
God sees can.
God can see us in his plans.
He never, 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 ever, ever, ever thought God could use him. He never, 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 ever, ever, ever thought he could. He never, 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 ever, ever, ever thought God could use him. He never, 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 ever, ever, ever thought he would. He never, never, never. He never, never, never. He never, 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 ever, ever, ever thought he would.
Welcome to the Victory Rally. Thank you all for coming. We're here to celebrate the upcoming victory of the Israelites over the Midianites.
2 figs, 4 figs, 6 figs a dollar. All for the Israelites, stand up and holler.
Gideon, why don't you and Mira come on up here?
Now I know you are all wondering, where are the rest of the 32,000 people who signed up to fight the Midianites? Gideon, do you want to explain that?
Sure. This morning, all 32,000 of us got up early and camped beside the spring of Herod, right?
Right.
Well, the Lord spoke to me and said, there are too many people to defeat the Midianites. Israel might brag, saying, we did it ourselves. So God told me to announce that anyone who's afraid and trembling could go home.
Too many people in the army today. Take a number down, let some go away. I'm saying, no. God will show his power. Saying, no. God will show his powers. 22,000 people went home. 10,000 remained.
Then the Lord said to me, there are still too many people to defeat the Midianites. Take them down to the spring, and I will test them for you. I'll tell you who goes and who stays. So that's what we did.
300 men dipped their hands into the water and drank from their hands. 9,700 knelt down and drank right from the water.
The Lord said, I will save you with the 300 who drank from their hands. Let everyone else go home. I will hand the Midianites over to you.
Too many people in the army today. Take that number down, but 300 stay. I'm saying, no. God will show his power. Saying, no. God will show his powers.
It seems pretty scary when you think that 300 of us will be up against 135,000 Midianites. But I know for certain that God will save Israel. Do you want to know how I know?
How?
Well, I asked God for a sign. I wanted to know for sure that he was going to save Israel. So I put a fleece of wool on the ground, and I asked God to make dew appear only on the fleece and make the ground around it dry. And the next morning, that's exactly what had happened.
Wow!
And then I said to God, don't be angry, but could you give me just one more sign? Could you make the ground wet and the fleece dry? And the next morning, that's exactly what had happened. How could I doubt after that? God will give us the victory.
The enemy camp is to the north of us in a valley. We'll divide into 3 groups. You have all been given a trumpet and a torch covered by an empty pitcher. Watch Gideon and do whatever he does. God will defeat the Midianites for you. Here we go, Israel, the time is right. God's gonna give us the Midianites. They are many and we are few. The Lord our God will see us through.
When he blows his trumpet, you do the same. Smash your pots and wave your flames. Give a shout loud as you can. The sword of the Lord and Gideon.
Victory, victory is our cry. Will we win it? There's no guess. With the Lord the answer's yes. With the Lord the answer's yes.
Then Gideon and his men surrounded the Midianites. The sound of trumpets filled the air and echoed in the night. 300 pots were loudly smashed as torches lit the sky.
The sword of the Lord and Gideon.
Was their battle cry. God confused the Midianites and they began to fight each other. And what was left of their mighty army turned and ran for cover.
Victory, victory is our cry. Will we win it? There's no guess. With the Lord the answer's yes. With the Lord the answer's yes. God came through in a mighty way. Saved the Israelites that day. By the power of his mighty hand and an ordinary man named Gideon. Victory, victory is our cry. Will we win it? There's no guess. With the Lord the answer's yes. With the Lord the answer's yes. Victory, victory is our cry. Will we win it? There's no guess. With the Lord the answer's yes. With the Lord the answer's yes.
That was awesome.
You guys did really well. Look at your scores. You are rocking.
I like the story behind the song. That was cool. Yeah, God did what he said. He defeated the Midianites and Gideon became a mighty warrior, a hero. Gee, do you think God still does that today? You know, work through ordinary people that have doubts and don't think they've got what it takes?
Sure he does. God works through people just like you and me. He might ask us to help one in a small way, and no one will even know about it. But sometimes, like with Gideon, God lets us be a part of something big. And when it happens, it's great because everyone knows that God did it, not us. He gets the glory.
And if God asks us to do something, he'll give us the faith to trust him just like he did for Gideon?
That's right. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, "Trust the Lord with all your heart. Don't depend on your own understanding. Trust him in everything you do, and he will give you success."
Cool, let's choose another hero. G, you pick.
How about Esther?
Okay, here we go.
The year is 479 BC. The ruler of Persia, King Ahasuerus, wanted a new queen. A search was made for the most beautiful young women in his kingdom. Of those brought before the king, he chose Esther, the adopted daughter of Mordecai, as his new queen. 5 years later, she became more than the queen of Persia. She became a hero.
Wow, that was awesome music you played last night.
Hey man, Queen Esther knows how to throw a party.
Shh, don't say Haman. He's in there talking with the king. He'll hear you. I think he's up to something.
Why do you say that?
Well, when the king promoted Haman, everyone was supposed to bow down to him, but Mordecai refused to bow. When Haman saw him and learned that he was a Jew, he was furious. I think he's out to get Mordecai.
Who's Mordecai?
He's the guy from the citadel who works at the palace gate. Not only that, but he's Queen Esther's cousin. He raised her when her parents died.
Wow, does the king know Queen Esther's a Jew?
No, Mordecai told her not to tell anyone. Shh, here comes Haman. You better get out of here. Good afternoon, Mr. Haman.
Oh, I'm having a good afternoon. In fact, I'm having a great afternoon. I've just arranged a little surprise for Mordecai, the Jew. Let's see how he likes this.
Queen Esther, something's wrong with Mordecai. He's in the city square near the king's gate. He's dressed in sackcloth, covered with ashes, and he's crying and wailing.
Hathach, hurry. Go find Mordecai and see what's wrong.
Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Mordecai, are you okay? Queen Esther wants to know what's wrong.
It's something terrible, unbelievable. Haman has tricked the king into signing a decree that all the Jews in Persia are to be killed, completely wiped out in a single day.
Isn't there some way to stop this?
Ask Esther to go to the king and beg for mercy. Plead with him not to destroy her people. Here, take this copy of the decree to Esther. Make sure she sees it herself. Now get going!
Running back, hey, that, running back, hey, that, running back, hey, that, running back, hey, that. Queen Esther, I'm afraid I've brought you bad news. Here, Mordecai sent this. You better read it yourself.
This is unbelievable. It's all Haman's doing.
Queen Esther, there's one more thing. Mordecai wants you to go to the king and beg for mercy. Plead with him not to destroy your people.
Here, Hathach, quick now. Here, Hathach, quick now. Deliver this note to Mordecai. Make sure he sees that's on my personal stationery.
Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Hurry, Hathach, hurry! Mordecai, you've got mail. It's an email, see? Queen Esther says, surely you've forgotten there's a law that says no one may go to the king without being called. Anyone who enters uninvited will be put to death. Their only hope is for the king to hold out his gold scepter, sparing their life. This applies to everyone, even me. Love, Esther.
Hey, Zach, here's a message back to Esther. Read her this text.
Running back, hey, that, running back, hey, that, running back, hey, that, text messaging. Nah, it'll never catch on. Esther, Mordecai says, Esther, don't think just because you live in the palace you won't be killed along with the rest of the Jews. If you keep quiet now, someone else will help the Jews, but you and your father's family will die. Who knows? Maybe you were meant to be queen for such a time as this.
Hathach, jot this down. Jot this down. Tell Mordecai to gather all the Jews in Susa and make them fast for 3 days and nights. My servants and I will do the same. Then I'll go to the king, even though it's against the law, and if I die, I die.
God
Queen Esther, what a surprise seeing you here. Do you have a request?
My king, if it pleases you, will you and Haman join me to the banquet I've prepared? We can discuss my request over dinner.
Of course, a man would be crazy to turn down an invitation to one of your banquets.
Excellent. I'll look forward to it, my king.
Haman, what should be done for the king, the man the king wants to honor?
The king must be planning to honor me. This is sweet. I think you should dress the man in some of your own royal garments, and have your most noble official parade him through the city square on one of your own royal horses. Have him loudly proclaim, "This is the man the king wants to honor."
Perfect. That's exactly what I want you to personally do for Mordecai, the Jew. I discovered last night that he was never rewarded for foiling an assassination attempt on my life.
Yes, O king, I'll take care of it.
Good. I'll see you at Esther's banquet.
As you wish.
Hurry, everyone. We have to get the banquet hall ready. The king and Haman will be here any minute. We can put the table here and the entertainment over there. Okay, everything looks perfect.
Announcing King Ahasuerus and Haman.
Welcome, my king and Haman. Thank you for coming to the banquet I've prepared. I hope you'll enjoy what we have prepared. We even have some special music planned.
Queen Esther, everything looks delicious. What a feast. Dig in, Haman. This is no time to be counting carbs. So, Esther, what is your request from me?
My king, if you're happy with me and if it pleases you, will you let me live and let my people live too? My people and I are going to be killed, completely wiped out in a single day.
What? Who would plan such an evil scheme? Where is he? Who is he?
Our enemy is... My king, please put an end to Haman's wicked plan. Don't let my people be killed.
Don't worry, Esther. Not only will I take care of Haman's evil scheme, I'll take care of Haman.
Mr. Wow, that was a cool song, and what a story. Esther got the best of Haman. I bet Esther never thought a queen would have to risk her life, but God knew, didn't he? Because God knows the future, and he controls what happens. So, God put Esther in place so she'd be there to help save the Jews?
God works like that. He puts people in places and situations where he works through them to help others.
So we need to have our help detectors up, looking for people around us that we can help.
That's right, and God will give you the courage to reach out to those people just like he gave Esther courage to go before the king. Okay, guys, ready for the next hero? Who's it going to be?
Nehemiah. Okay, everybody ready?
The year is 445 BC. The Israelites had been living in Persia where they had been taken as captives. Just as God had promised, he began bringing them back to their homeland. 2 groups had already returned to Jerusalem, but many still remained in Persia. A man from Jerusalem came to Persia to visit a relative. The news he brought started a chain of events that revealed a hero and rocked a nation.
Wake up, wake up. Why'd you wake me up? I was sleeping like a rock. You are a rock. And you slept through all the excitement last night. What excitement? What happened? Remember when Hananiah went to... Well, late last night while you were sleeping, Hananiah's brother walked right by us. What are you talking about? Well, late last night were you sleeping? Oh my word. Remember when Hananiah went to Persia to visit his brother Nehemiah? Oh yeah, he's the cupbearer to the king. So what about him? What am I doing? Nehemiah's here in Jerusalem. Why would Nehemiah come here? We hit rock bottom. Oh. Oh my heavens. What was I supposed to say? Why would Nehemiah come here? We've hit rock bottom. Oh, I know. Hananiah must have told him that our city walls are broken down and the gates are destroyed. That makes sense because late last night while you were sleeping, Nehemiah came right by you and looked right at us. He was inspecting the wall and gates, and I think I heard him say something about rebuilding the wall. Wow, this is gonna rock our world. Shh, freeze, someone's coming. It's Hananiah's daughter, Izai.
Izzy, I think it's wonderful that your uncle Nehemiah is going to rebuild Jerusalem's city wall, but it's so sad seeing our wall reduced to a pile of rocks and stones. But what made him take on such a big project?
Well, once my dad told Uncle Nehemiah about the wall, he couldn't quit thinking about it. God just laid it on his heart to rebuild it, but he couldn't because he had to work for the king.
Sounds like he was stuck between a rock and a hard place, so what did he do?
He fasted and prayed to our amazing God and asked for success as he went before the king.
Well, then what happened?
When Uncle Nehemiah gave the king his wine, the king asked him why he was so sad. So Uncle Nehemiah said a quick prayer. Then he told the king about Jerusalem's wall and that he wanted to rebuild it.
Wow, did the king go for it?
Yeah, not only did he say Uncle Nehemiah could go and rebuild the wall, but he sent troops to protect him. He even supplied the timbers for the city gates. All this happened because the gracious hand of God was on Uncle Nehemiah.
No, Proverbs 21 says, the Lord can control a king's line as easily as he can control a river. He can direct it as he pleases.
That's true, and now Uncle Nehemiah is here in Jerusalem, and we're ready to rock and roll.
So he is going to rebuild the wall. Rock on Nehemiah. Great, I was tired of just lying around. Nehemiah had better look out. When Sanballat and Tobiah hear about this, they're going to be furious. The last thing they want is the city wall rebuilt. Those guys have hearts of stone. They'll be out here every day, mocking and harassing everyone. Well, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you.
Hey, I could hear you jamming over there. Sounded good.
Thanks, Nehemiah. What are you looking at? Are those the plans for the wall?
Yeah. You want to take a look at them?
Nehemiah, these are huge plans.
It's a huge wall.
This thing could take forever to build. Are you sure we can do this?
Absolutely. God will give us success.
Hey, I have an idea.
What are you doing to the plans?
Play a little rock, paper, scissors, divide and conquer. Each one of us will adopt a section of the wall and repair it.
That rocks. People of Jerusalem, look around you. We are surrounded by ruins. God has laid it on my heart to rebuild the city wall.
Come on, let's work together and put an end to our disgrace and shame.
It's God will that we
build that wall. Look what's going on. Well, you can't build a city wall from that pile of stones. Lost their minds, just look what's going on. About to jump up on that wall and it would crash right down. But Nehemiah says the answer is yes. God's on the job with us. He'll give us success. Come on! Come on! Come on! 1 stone, 2 stones, 3 stones, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
got amazing, fantastic. Miraculous news. We completed the wall in just 52 days. Even our enemies realized that God could have only done this.
This calls for a celebration. Gather all the people, bring the scriptures, and let's read the word of our incredible God.
Yours, Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the splendor and the majesty. Everything in the heavens and on earth belongs to you. It is in your hand our power and might, and it is in your hand to make great and to give strength to all. Now, therefore, our God, we give you strength and praise your glorious name.
For you are great and perform wonders. You alone, our God, teach me your way, Lord, and I will live by your truth. Give me an undivided mind to fear your name. I will praise you with all my heart. Lord my God, I will honor your name forever.
And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God ask for you in respect to fear the Lord your God by walking in all his ways, to love him and to worship the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul?
Amen.